Go. All right, welcome back, guys. Your host Flywheels here with the April 17th affordable group break. I made the decision after the Hornets knocked off the Miami Heat earlier in the week and had a second play-in game. Was kind of on cloud nine. Had my Hornets gear on last night, so I decided to move the break. And it turns out we could have stuck to our regular time because that game absolutely sucked. The Hornets laid an egg. Um, didn't even watch most of the game. I actually flipped over to the Braves game. Hey, good morning, Jared. But I'm not a huge NBA fan, but we had season tickets to the Hornets growing up. So I have a lot of good memories with the Hornets um, and really enjoyed, despite last night's game, thoroughly enjoyed this season. The Hornets have not been any fun to watch. So at least we had something to watch. But I am ready to baseball. Honestly, I've not watched a whole lot of baseball between vacation, between work, between Hornets, but I am ready to go with some baseball and loved watching the Phillies get stomped last night by my Braves. So, anywho, thank you for you know dealing with the slight delay in this break, but this is one I was excited about. These came before I went on vacation, before I took the little 2 weeks off from breaking. So, and I have not been able to find Heritage anywhere locally. Didn't even see it when I was traveling and stopping at some Walmarts in Florida. I could not find any Heritage anywhere. I opened my first hanger box yesterday. I picked it up with what we're going to break next week, but I have not. So my hands-on experience is very small. I had said in the sign up group that multiplayer cards would go to the player on the right, or excuse me, on the player on the left. However, I guess I failed to realize that most of the multiplayer cards are just two players. So it's not fair if it always goes to the card on the to the player on that left. Is we're going to set any multiplayer cards to the side, and then we will determine who gets those at the end of the break. And I'm going to try. I don't know how well this will work, but I'm going to try to use random.org, use the coin flipper, um, and I'll just put my phone under the camera, and we'll just do it that way. Um, Forgot to pull that up before we got started. Let's see. So what we'll do is we'll flip one coin, and heads will go to the card on the left, tails will go to the card on the right. Um, let's see. I'm just trying to see if there is a way to. Yeah, there is. I'm on the wrong screen. Do is we'll flip a. quarter. Heads will go player on the left, tails player on the right. But we'll just set those cards aside and we'll do that. And that way you'll see who gets what. So sorry about that. I should have been a little better prepared. On the top, on the docket today, we've got 2 mega boxes of 2026 Heritage. These have exclusive base red and silver sparkle parallels. Every configuration apparently has its own kind of exclusive draw fill out. So thank you to all of the teams. Shout out to Joseph for closing us out with the last couple of teams. Felt like we had pretty good luck with our the mega boxes from Flagship earlier, a couple weeks back. So I've got my list here ready to go. So we're going to go ahead and get started. Of course, we're, in addition to the parallels, it'd be cool to pull one of the Real One autographs. But not getting my hopes up, but we'll see. All right, first card out of the box is the Tigers. I got Gleyber Torres. I have not done my homework on the variations. So if you are a little more diverse in the variations, whether it's the image variation or anything else, let me know. Because like I said, Heritage is not a product that I do too much with. So if I miss something, I do apologize. But next up, we got Jared Jones for the Pirates. We've got Shota Manga for the Cubs. Ozzie Albies for the Braves. I don't like that shadow. It's a little dark, but hopefully everything still comes off fine on the video. Seth Lugo for the Royals. Logan Webb for the Giants. And we have a black chrome Addison Barger for the Jays. 3 of 77. And a Fernando Tatis. Get that sleeved up. So the Jays go to Aaron. So congratulations. Kind of our first hit of the day. Next up, we have Christian Yelich. And if you're still watching, Jared, here's your first Ellie. Got you a record breaker. Corey Seager for the Rangers. Zach Gallen for the Diamondbacks. Jesus Sanchez, Astros. Ryan O'Hearn for the Padres. We have a chrome Chase Meadroth for the White Sox. A PED suspension Profar for the Braves. That still ticks me off. Yeah, I thought I heard something on one of the sports shows, Jared, that Ellie had was having a good season thus far. Edgar Quero for the White Sox. Matt Wallner for the Twins. Dalton Varsho, Jays. Jorge Soler for the Angels. Jack Flaherty, Tigers. Jesus Luzardo for Philly. Mitch Keller for the Pirates. And Noah Cameron for the Royals. Brian Hayes for the Reds. Brandon Nimmo, Rangers. All right, so we have 2025 strikeout leaders with Garrett Crochet and Logan Webb. So again, this is one of the cards where we'll flip the virtual coin here at the end to determine whether the Red Sox or the Giants get that. So I'm just going to put that off to the side. Joe Adell for the Angels. Kyle Freeland for the Rockies. Kyle Schwarber for the Phillies. And it's like our first red exclusive parallel, Yandy Diaz for the Rays. And Casey Schmidt for the Giants. I have noticed that there is much more shiny and color in Heritage over the last few years than what's typically been there. Luis Garcia Jr. for the Nats. Lynn Sosa for the White Sox. Ryan Jeffers for the Twins. Colton Cowser, Orioles. Emmett Sheehan for the Dodgers. Mason Wynn for the Cardinals. And we have our Silver Sparkle, CJ Kayfus for the Guardians, rookie. And an Adley Rutschman for the Orioles. For the Jays. Kobe Mayo for the Orioles. Sandy Alcantara for the Marlins. Stephen Kwan for the Guardians. Aaron Judge for the Yankees. Sal Stewart, you were just talking about him, Jared. Sal Stewart, rookie. Hey, good morning, Larry. Glad you could stop in. Just a few packs in. Luke Keyshaw for the Twins. That is the Chrome. And a Dalton Rushing for the Dodgers. Larry, you already got yourself a Silver Sparkle parallel. CJ Kayfus, rookie. Thomas Sagis for the Cardinals. Kyle Tucker for the Cubs. Sal Frelick for the Brewers. Cedric Mullins for the Rays. Brady House, rookie for the Nationals. Kevin Alcantara for the Cubs. J.P. Crawford, Mariners. And Big Dumper himself, Cal Raleigh for the Mariners. Marcus Semien for the Rangers. 2025 NL Championships. Looks like Shohei. Am I the only one that does not give a flip about Shohei? 2025 batting leaders. We have Aaron Judge and Trey Turner. So that will go into the coin flip pile. Andrew Vaughn for the Brewers, excuse me. Jack Leiter for the Rangers. Cade Horton for the Cubs. We have a red Cubs, Matt Shaw, rookie cup. And a Christian Campbell for the Red Sox. For the Tigers, Dylan Dingler. Wonder if he got teased in school. Bubba Chandler for the Pirates, rookie. Here's a record breaker for Cal Raleigh and the Mariners. Astros, we have Cam Smith, Manny Machado for the Padres, Spencer Strider for the Braves, and looks like we have a chrome refractor of Thomas Sagisi. Not sure if I'm pronouncing that right. Probably not. And Yusei Kikuchi for the Angels. Other Angels, Kenley Jansen, Hunter Goodman for the Rockies, Trey Turner for Philly, Salvador Perez for the Royals, Jung-Hoo Lee for the Giants, Jordan Westberg for the Orioles, Michael Busch for the Cubs, Bradley Blaylock for the Rockies. For the Braves, Austin Riley. He was raking last night. Carlos Estevez for the Royals, Carson Weisenhunt for the Giants, Will Smith for the Dodgers, Josh Naylor for the Mariners, Peyton Toll, rookie for the Red Sox. We got us a color match. Chapman, Aroldis Chapman, red for the Red Sox. And a Nick Castellanos, formerly of the Phillies. Don't know if he got picked up or not by another team. (2025) stolen base leaders, Jose Caballero and O'Neill Cruz. It goes in the coin flip pile. Seiya Suzuki for the Cubs, Isaac Collins for the Brewers, Ryan Weathers for the Marlins, Alec Burleson for the Cardinals, Cole Wilcox, rookie for the Mariners. We have a Sparkle, Carson Kelly for the Cubs, and a J.J. Bleday for the Athletics. Padres, huh? Wyatt Langford, Rangers. Chase Meteroth, White Sox. Luke Keyshaw for the Twins. Byron Buxton for the Twins. Vlad Jr. for the Jays. Chase Burns, rookie for the Reds. Got a Bryce Harper. Ready and action insert. Bryce Harper for the Phillies. And then Jose Altuve for the Astros. Kind of a simple insert, but kind of like it. Addison Barger for the Jays. Hunter Green for the Reds. Jeff McNeil for the Mets. Brett Beatty, Mets. Cade Cavalli for the Nats. Lane Thomas for the Guardians. Shane Smith for the White Sox. Spencer Horwitz for the Pirates. Yeah, 3 to go, guys. 3 to go. And we'll hit the second box. Dalen Lyle for the Nats. Nick Kurtz for the Athletics. Jackson Jobe for the Tigers. David Bednar, Yankees. Michael A. Taylor for the White Sox. Giancarlo Stanton for the Yankees. We have a red Rhys Hoskins for the Brewers. And a Braden Pfaadt for the Diamondbacks. Phillies and Alex Bohm. 2025 home run leaders with Cal Raleigh and Kyle Schwarber goes in the coin flip pile. Luis Severino for the A's. Chris Sale for the Braves. Clayton Kershaw, Dodgers. Randy Arozarena for the Mariners. Hey, we got a sparkled turn back the clock Aaron Judge. Or no, that's Derek Jeter, excuse me. The captain records his 3,000th career hit. That's pretty cool. And a Christian Walker for the Stros. Victor had the Yankees. All right, final pack of box number 1. CJ Kayfus, rookie for the Guardians. Jason Dominguez, Yankees. Angel Martinez for the Guardians. Jackson Chourio for the Brewers. Brandon Lowe for the Rays. Rafaela for the Red Sox. And we have a sparkle Jason Dominguez for the Yankees. And then Edward Cabrera for the Marlins finishes us out. So we got 2 chrome, 1 refractor, a black refractor. We got 4 sparkles, and 4 reds. So we'll see how that matches up against our next box. And then we got that 1 insert for Harper. So again, I did not pay careful attention for inserts and parallels, or not inserts, but parallels, because there's so many and I just can't keep track. All right, box number 2. Empty box. All right, start of box 2. Good luck, everybody. Starting off with a batting leaders, Judge and Turner. I believe we already pulled this from the first box, so we won't have to flip that one. Both the Yankees and the Phillies will get one. If that is the case, I'll have to double check. CJ Kayfus, rookie for the Guardians. Jason Dominguez, Yankees. Aaron Judge, Yankees. Another Sal Stewart, rookie for the Reds. Cedric Mullins for the Rays. We have an Edgar Quero chrome. Nope, refractor, chrome refractor. And a Dalton Rushing for the Dodgers. Angel Martinez for the Guardians. We have a 2025 record breaker, Pete Alonso for the Mets. Luis Gil for the Yankees. Randy House, rookie for the Nats. Kevin Alcantara for the Cubs. Andrew Vaughn, Brewers. Caleb Durbin for the Brewers. And Cal Raleigh for the Mariners. And guys, if you are watching this, if you are not part of the break, I run a Facebook page called Affordable Group Breaks. My normal Facebook, like hobby page, is called Cardboard Collections. And but we post um, a couple of times a month. Usually Monday or Tuesday, we post a sign up on the Facebook group. It is a public group, so anyone can join. Even if you don't use Facebook all that often, you can, you can just jump in there. And hence the name of the breaks, affordable group breaks. I strive to do things and keep the pricing as cheap as possible. Um, try to find things that both new and old that focus um, on quantity. Um, a lot of team collectors and some player collectors um, seem to enjoy the breaks that we do here. So if you're just happen to catch this and you don't know what this is about or how you can participate, there is a link in the description. So yeah, you can do all that kind of stuff. All right, Pete Crow Armstrong, PCA for the Cubs. Bryce Terang for the Brewers. Adolis Garcia, Jack Leiter for the Rangers. Cade Horton, Cubs. Jackson Churio, Brewers. We have a red Kutch, Andrew McCutchen for the Pirates, and a Christian Campbell. So we are seeing some duplicates already, which is not always fun, but Drake Baldwin, rookie cup for the Braves. Freddie Freeman for the Dodgers. 2025 RBI leaders. We have Cal Raleigh and Kyle Schwarber. Flip pile. Brandon Lowe for the Rays. Rafaela for the Red Sox. Augustin Ramirez for the Marlins. Hey, we got a sparkle. Dominic Smith goes to the Giants, though he's a Brave now, and he is kicking some serious tail. Edward Cabrera for the Marlins. J-Rod for the Mariners. Christian Montes. Not sure how you pronounce the last bit of his name. Diamondbacks rookie. Mike Yastrzemski for the Royals, another current Brave. Andrew Granillo, rookie for the Cardinals. Andrew Abbott, Reds. Mark Vientos for the Mets. And we've got an insert. I guess it's just called the Enterprise. We got Ezequiel Tovar and Chandler Simpson for the Rays. So our resident Rockies fan will probably be happy to see that card. Rafael Devers for the Giants. Gabriel Moreno, Diamondbacks. Christian Javier, Astros. Robert Hassel III for the Nats. Brian Rocchio for the Guardians. Max Fried, Yankees. Carson Kelly, Cubs. Nico Horner, Cubs. Ramon Laureano, Padres. Brett Rooker, Athletics. Riley Green, Tigers. Nolan Schanuel, Angels. Zach McKinstry, Tigers. Harrison Bader, Phillies. Taylor Ward, got a red parallel for the Orioles, and a Mick Abel for the Twins. Still looking for the Roman Anthony. Brian Reynolds for the Pirates. Luis Rengifo, Angels. Brenton Doyle, Rockies. Zach Geloff, Athletics. Trey Sweeney for the Tigers. O'Neal Cruz for the Pirates. Oh, rookie outfielders. We got Drew Gilbert of the Giants, Kennedy Corona Astros, Tristan Peters for the Rays, and Justin Dean for the Dodgers. So we'll just do the random list generator for that one. And Nathan Eovaldi for the Rangers. All right, this pack seems thicker than normal. Did we get a hit? I'm not sure. Maybe just an extra card. We got a 2025 leading fireman, Carlos Estevez. Royals, Robert Suarez of the Padres. So that goes in the flip pile. Bryce Harper for Philly. Garcia, rookie for the Red Sox. Justin Martinez, Diamondbacks. Hey, there's the Caglione, rookie for the Royals. Patrick Bailey for the Giants. Got a Lou Bob Chrome and Curtis Mead for the White Sox. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, no. 8 cards. Just felt thicker than normal. Anthony Siegler for the Brewers. That's a rookie. Ryan Peepo, I don't know, for the Rays. Lou Bob again for the White Sox. Gunnar Henderson for the Orioles. Kim for the Dodgers. Eugenio Suarez for the Mariners. We have a Chrome Brooks Lee for the Twins. And a Juan Soto for the Mets. Not sure what's going on up in New York, but the Mets are struggling. '25 record breaker, Riley Green, Tigers. There's the base card of the Brooks Lee we just pulled. George Springer of the Jays. There's the Roman Anthony rookie base for the Red Sox. Got to go ahead and sleeve it. It'll go in a top loader here in a little bit. Robinson Pena, rookie for the Jays. Carson Williams, rookie for the Rays. Caden Dana for the Angels. And James Wood for the Nats. Brooks Baldwin for the White Sox. Cody Clemens for the Twins. Joey Luperfido for the Blue Jays. Moises Ballesteros for the Cubs. Taj Bradley for the Twins. Josh Smith for the Rangers. We have a red Chase Dollander for the Rockies. And a TJ Friedel for the Reds. Kyle Manzardo for the Guardians. 2025 victory leaders. We have Fried and Peralta. So it goes in the coin flip. Anthony Volpe for the Yankees. There's the base Dela Cruz for the Reds. Edwin Diaz for the Dodgers. Jacob Young for the Nats. And a Sparkle Bo Bichette for the Jays, followed by a Jonah Tong rookie for the Mets. Still got 4 to go. All 4 player cards are short prints. Thank you. Mr. Larry. We have Yansky Noel, that's how you pronounce it, for the Guardians. Ryan McMahon for the Yankees. Ha-Seong Kim for the Braves. Jose Ramirez, Guardians. Brandon Sproat, rookie for the Mets. Marcelo Mayer for the Red Sox. We have a George Springer Chrome and a Tanner Beebe for the Guardians. For the Dodgers, Mookie Betts. Victor Robles for the Mariners. Andrew Hoffman, rookie for the Diamondbacks. Otto Lopez for the Marlins. Jake Mangum for the Rays. Ryan Mountcastle for the Orioles. Luis Arias for the Padres. Jazz Chisholm for the Yankees. Bobby Witt Jr. for the Royals. Robert Suarez for the Padres. Corbin Carroll, Diamondbacks. Yuri Perez for the Marlins. Victor Scott for the Cardinals. Samuel Basallo, rookie for the Orioles. We have a red Matt Strahm for Philly and a Jarren Duran for the Red Sox. I'm sure people know that Matt Strahm, he hosts one of the Card Life, I think, on some of the sports channels, and I think he's a card collector too. I don't like him because he's a Philly, but all right, final pack. Carlos Correa for the Astros. We have an AL championship. George Springer and the Jays. Got another shiny sparkle one back there. 2025 ERA leaders. We have Skubal and Skeens. So that goes in the card and the coin flip. We got Yoshinobu Yamamoto for the Dodgers. Brian Woo, Mariners. Michael Harris II for the Braves. And a Caleb Durbin sparkle for the Brewers. And a Dane Myers for the Marlins. Finishes up the box. So no real one autos. No relics. Boo. But I don't know. These mega boxes, I feel like as expensive as modern cards are getting, I feel like the mega boxes are a pretty good value. I don't know. I opened the blaster, or the hanger box, and I forgot what hanger boxes retail for, but I don't know. It was like 35 cards and it went super fast. I don't know. I mean, I'm the kind of person that you open one and you're like, ooh, I want to keep opening, but you don't have any more to open. So we did get two rookies that I was hoping to pull. We got Roman Anthony for the Red Sox, and we got the Jack Caglione for the Royals, or Jacques. And I will go back off camera and sleeve and top load more of this stuff. I'm just going to go ahead and get these two done. So there's our sparkle short print of the rookies. Other sparkles that we had include Durbin, Bichette, Smith, Dominguez, Jeter, Kelly, and Cephas. The chrome refractors were Guerrero and Sagis. The regular chrome include Springer, Lee, Robert Jr., Keyshaw, and Meteoroth. We did get the black from the first box, first or second pack, Addison Barger, 3 of 77. The red parallels, exclusive to the mega boxes, we got Strom, Dollander, Ward, McCutcheon, Hoskin, Chapman, Shaw, and Diaz. And 2 inserts, we got the Enterprise, Tovar, and the Ready and Action, Bryce Harper. All right, so let me move this stuff off the mat here, and then we will get into the flipping. All right, so here are the multi-cards, the multiplayers. We got Scabal and Skeens, Fried and Peralta, Estevez and Suarez, Raleigh and Schwarber, Judge and Turner, which I think we got a dupe of, Raleigh and Schwarber, Calabero, Cruz, yep, Judge and Turner, Crochet and Webb. So that's great. Both the Yankees and the Phillies will be able to each get one of those cards. All right, so let's do the flip. Hopefully this will work. Don't know. Yeah, I'm not sure how well this is going to come across the camera. Like I said, I'm not versed in all this technical to know how to do this any better way. All right, so the first one, we're flipping a Georgia quarter. First one is tails, so that goes to the Giants. All right, now we have the Calabero and Cruz. We're going to flip again. Time step change, it is tails, so that goes to the Pirates. Raleigh and Schwarber, home run leaders. Time step change, still tails. Goes to Philly. Okay. Is this? Okay. Let me just go back, start over. Raleigh and Schwarber, we'll flip it. Okay, now we're at heads. So that goes to the Mariners. Flip it again, goes to the tails. So that goes to the Padres. Flip it. Heads goes to the Yankees. Flip it again. Tails goes to the Pirates. Okay. Well, maybe not the greatest, but. And then let me do a quick list. Do the quick list generator or randomizer. So this is between the Giants, the Astros, the Rays, and the Dodgers. Okay. And if you can make that out, Astros or just Astros, Rays, and Dodgers. And we will randomize the list 3 times. All right. 1, 2, and 3. So this will go to the Rays. And you can see list was randomized 3 times. Rays are number 1, so it goes to the Rays. So again, may not have been the best way to do it, but I appreciate you entertaining me. Not a professional breaker if you haven't figured that out. All righty. Move that. I'll try to do a quick recap post as well before I take the cards downstairs to sort them. All right. So next week, I posted about this on our way home from vacation, and it's a little different. I've never done anything like this before, but so I wanted to check and see what kind of interest, want to gauge the interest to see how much was there. It looked like there was enough to give this a try. So please, if you said something that you were interested, please don't let me down. But next week, we're going to do a delayed product. It is brand spanking new, but it is from 2024, and that is Wild Card Prehistoric. And this is a jumbo hobby box. It's 2024, but it's got the 2025 rookie crop essentially. I have never opened anything wild card, not even from the junk wax era. But we get, there we go. There's only 5 cards, so there'll be 5 slots, and I'm gonna set this one out. I'm not gonna take a slot unless I have to. But there are each card is slabbed, so it's 5 1-card packs. Each card is slabbed, and each card is really low numbered. I can't remember how high some of the numbering goes. There is a box hit. It's an oversized card. They call them mammoths. But if you go and look at the checklist, there's pretty cool looking stuff. It's unlicensed, of course, but it's pretty cool. And there's some legends on the checklist, as well as some rookies and some prospects. There are autographs that are randomly packaged. I don't know what the odds are. It says, yeah. Sabretooth are rare 1 of 1 Sabretooths, and team color match 1 of 1. There's all sorts of different stuff. It may not be your cup of tea. I did get, just because I was curious, this isn't from the same set, but I picked up my first wild card single. I got a 3 out of 3 Jake Wilson from the comics set. And I don't know if I'm going to leave it in this slab. I may, because I'm not going to, I don't know. I got it for dirt cheap, and I was just really curious to see what they were like. And I mean, they look great in hand. So I think these look even better. I've seen some of the Halloween ones from the previous year. I just haven't pulled the trigger on any of them before. Because I'm kind of more focusing on player collections right now. But anywho, I thought we would give this a try. So this will be next week. So do yourself a favor, look at the sell sheets, look at the checklist, and see if this is something you're going to want to do. I think the again, because we only have 5 spots, I think the pricing it will be higher than what we normally do with affordable group breaks. So this is just kind of a one-off just to try something different. This also bought me some time to continue to look for other product to do. So if it doesn't float your boat, that's okay. It's not going to hurt my feelings if you sit it out. I'm going to try to find something that we can do the week after. Like I said, I've still got to go and scour the interwebs and check out places locally to find some stuff. But anywho, there you go. That's what we got. Signups will probably go up. Um, I'm gonna try to get it up on Monday. Should be able to get it up on Monday. That way we have a whole week essentially for people to claim to do their research to see if it's something they're gonna want to do. I want to say prices are going to be between 18 and $20 for the slot. And that's really priced out for me to break even. I'm not looking to make money off this. This is just something new to try. But yeah, probably be in that 18 to $20 range is what I'm thinking. But anywho, appreciate it. Thanks for another great week of breaks, and we will catch you back here next. Try to do it on our normal Friday night spot next week. But until then, if you need to get a hold of me, you know how to, and we will catch you here for 2024 Wildcard Prehistoric next week. Thanks.